You are here today because your high means job interest inventory matched you with careers in the information technology career cluster. Information technology careers employ around 71,000 people in Ohio. There are more males than females in this field. I am pleased to introduce Adam Rippeth, IT manager for the Columbus Crew Soccer Club.
All right, guys. So as he said, I am the IT manager for the Columbus Crew Soccer Club, which is a MLS team, a professional soccer team here in Columbus, Ohio. I am broadcasting here from the stadium in our Champions Lounge. If you look behind me, is our 2008 MLS Cup Championship. The only one the club has. Made it there a few years ago. Weren't able to close the deal there. So I've been here for almost a year now. So basically my job duties here are to maintain the anything IT related, so that involves computer networking, the desktop support, like computers, iPads, any mobile device, basically anything you could think that would be related to technology. Along with that comes some upper level admin support, server administration, phone support. Basically, my job here is to make sure that we are up and running every day of the year, including match days from an IT standpoint. And another part of my job is to maintain the budget and make sure we're moving forward in IT as well. So a couple of skills I think are important for the IT field in general. And that, basically, it's a given you're going to have knowledge of what you're doing. So let's not really focus on that. You're going to have to know, whatever path you decide to go down, you're going to have to know about that specifics, or if it's more of a general job like mine, which seems to be a fast-growing job where you kind of deal with everything more than just one specific thing. It's kind of, you got to be willing to just kind of go with the flow. You might come in one day and you're dealing with a computer issue. You might come in one day it's wireless. So you got to just kind of be willing to go with whatever's thrown at you that day. And another important thing is customer service. So you wouldn't think a lot, but you're working with people a lot more than you think in IT, and you're always working with new people, new groups. So you got to be willing to hear them out. If they might have an idea, you might want to, listen to that and see if you can work together to make that happen. Job growth in this field is moving at a rapid pace. So it's around 22% within the next 3 years. So that's pretty rapid. Basically what that means is within the next 5 years, you're probably going to grow the job field in the U.S. 100,000 jobs total. Columbus is becoming a very tech-driven town, so there are a lot of opportunities here to get in somewhere and move up pretty quickly. So IT is definitely always going to be there, even in the future. You're always going to need, tech people to make sure things are working as the business field evolves. So, experience is important, at least at my level. There's always entry-level jobs, but you can move up fairly quickly in IT if you're willing to put in the work early on. So, I started out actually interning there at Jackson with Steve. It seems like you live in a small town. You can still shoot for the stars. You can end up wherever you want to be, regardless of where you grew up or where you come from or any of that kind of thing. So I started out there with Steve as an intern. Worked my way through a few different companies, and then this opportunity opened up, and it was pretty exciting. So I landed here. The median salary, I think, for IT in Columbus right now is around $68,000, which that falls in the middle, and that falls into any category. So there's a lot of different options with IT, but that goes anywhere from web development to a job like mine, or an entry-level IT tech at a hospital or anything like that. So I think it's important at a young age to draw your interest level there. So, I mean, if you're interested in computers, kind of go with that. I was interested in computers when I was young, and I was in a class similar to yours, and kind of caught my eye, and kind of went out on my own and started learning more about it. And then there at the high school, I did the IT program through Rio Grande at Jackson there, and then so I think math and science are important at a young age to keep your interest there, as there's a lot of math-oriented things with IT, and certainly the class you're in now will help long-term, just the foundation to keep yourself going there. The great thing about my job is something new every day. So there's always going to be a new challenge when you come in, and the most recent thing I can think of is we're getting ready for our opening match this week. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, from my standpoint, to get things ready for that. So it's always going to be something new when you come in, and I would definitely recommend this field to anyone who's interested in IT. I mean, it's a great opportunity to do something you love, and also make pretty decent money and be home every night. So I think that kind of covers it from my end.
Do we have questions for him?
Mm-hmm.
So, who would like to go first? Go ahead.
What is the best part of your job?
I think the best part of my job, as I said there, is it's something new every day, and I really enjoy coming to work, and the people I work with are great too, and also here the bonus is I get to work for a sports team, so I think those all encompassing are make for a great day when you come to work.
Yes.
Why did you choose your career?
I chose my career because I was interested in computers at a young age, so I thought, why not? I was into gaming and all that, so I thought, why not try to run with that and see if it's something I would grow into, and it just kind of worked itself out there.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to find a job in your profession?
Currently, it is not, and the reason I say that is you can come right out of college or with a degree, and there's going to be opportunities there. It's just, how do you present yourself and that type of thing. So I think, is it hard? No, but is it the easiest thing? Probably not. I mean, you have to at least have some background and have the education to back it up.
Evan?
How many hours a day do you work?
I work around 8 or 9 hours a day. So it's a normal work schedule. I work 8:30 to 5:30 on a normal day, and then, here it's a little unique because I do have to be here for the matches. So.
Do you get to know any of the crew players?
Yeah, I was just at the training facility yesterday and was introduced to a few players. So there is a little bit of that. You kind of want to keep it professional, so you don't want to step on anyone's toes, but if they're around, most of them are pretty down to earth, so they'll introduce themselves and have a conversation.
AJ?
What is the worst part of your job?
The worst part of my job, I would say the worst part of my job would be, that's a hard one. It really is. The worst part of my job sometimes can be workload. I think, especially in my position, there's a lot of stuff to get done, so it can be, a little overwhelming. And as here, I'm the only one, so it's a little different than other corporations where you would have multiple people in the IT department. So, sometimes the workload does get a little heavy, but you just gotta prioritize and make sure that you're getting the most important things done first. So, I would say that.
What advice do you have for us?
Advice for you guys is just you're still young, so things are going to change. Don't be afraid to take risk and just kind of roll with the changes. IT is ever changing, so just don't be afraid. To learn something new and just keep learning. I guess is the main thing, and I guess that's important for your teachers also there. just keep learning new things. As soon as you have something figured out in IT, it's going to change. So, just keep learning. Don't be afraid to take risks.
Does attendance matter?
Attendance, as far as yes, attendance does matter. I guess if you're talking from showing up standpoint, yes.
Especially if you're the only one.
Exactly. Yeah. It gets crazy here because I am the only one. So if I'm not here and somebody has a problem, it's not getting fixed today. So.
What classes should you be taking in order to be in IT?
From what classes should you be taking? If you're in middle school, the class you're in now is probably the best, and I know Mrs. Marion has some options there too. But just continue on, learning math and science, and when you get to high school, if there's some computer applications or the networking program, IT program there, try to be. You want to be generalized when you start out, just kind of learn about a lot of things, and then when you get older into college is where you can specify, specific things you want to learn.
Do you have holidays and weekends off?
Yes, I have holidays off. Weekends, it depends if there is a match or not, but typically weekends I have off unless there is a game that Saturday.
Do you ever get to play in the games?
No, I never played soccer, so I don't think they would want me out there.
Any other questions? Okay, I think that's all of our questions for you. Anybody else have? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can ask any question.
How much do you make average per hour?
Let's see, probably $37 per hour.
Yes.
What's your yearly salary?
Those are kind of partial.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
You don't often
77.
ask people their.
He gave you a medium of 60.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What was your medium salary that you had stated?
It's in that range of the median salary. So 68,000 is the median. So I'll just say I'm, somewhere in that ballpark.
What's the team you play for? Well, not play for, but work for?
The team I work for is Columbus Crew Soccer Club. So it's a professional soccer team in Columbus.
Any other questions?
Hang on, thinking of one.
Thank you so much for your time today, Adam. I appreciate it.
Okay. One more thing before you guys go. I do want to kind of maybe whip around here and try to show you the field. If you can see out the window.
Awesome!
You can see our facilities guy there working, but that is the stadium there. So.
Cool!
So that's where I get to come to work every day.
That looks like fun. I think you should be a YouTuber on that camera.
Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Give him one applause.